We got Jews in the house?
Bring Osama bin Laden to the gates of hell.
We are in control now.
Yes. That's right, infidels. It's time to kick off the week with the biggest sports history moments. Karen Ball Snatcher, the Green Dildo Invasion, and the Bills over Strong. All of the shit talk on a podcast, and you're off the road. So hear me now. Cancel culture reigns supreme. You're all deported. YOLO. Oh, man, what a weekend to kick off September as we head into the holiday season. 3 days away, $2.3 trillion, plenty of documentaries coming out to have, maybe have Gen X be the heroes that we've needed for 24 years. I mean, I tried my best. And we're going to try our best today to break it all down. It was quite a weekend to kick things off. Lowest numbers in wrestling history for these shows with plenty of excuses for terrible creative. But we tell the best stories here on the Monday Locker Room, and we're going to tell some tall tales today and hopefully entertain you guys and break down pretty crazy 3-4 days, man, no doubt. And I'm back in the studio with who you know, the missile silo, my man R to the B to the V, aka RB Lee, the biggest return in wrestling history. What's up, pal?
Don't call it a comeback because he was hosting those awards last night. But of course, we've got plenty of Jews in the house here at the Atat Friedman wedding ceremony. Mr. Tony Khan looking as dapper as ever there, front and center in those photos. But hey, not a good week for Philly fans, from the spitting to the ball snatching. But I can hear it. I can hear it all the way here in Cincinnati. It is Buffalo Wings for everyone. They are still partying in upstate New York. What a hell of a way to open week one for the NFL. That game last night, man. I wanted to go to bed. The Ravens look unstoppable. Henry is a tank with a Ferrari.
Oh, what a weapon. What a weapon, bro. Like who he reminds me of is Bo Jackson. I don't think that gets said enough, dude. Like Emmitt Smith was great, but this guy is a fucking, like you said, truly a tank, like mowing through a battlefield. Like he will run you down. I don't know why other teams don't look for guys specifically to be a mimic of him. Like that's a game-changing how you run that position, how he does that, man.
Dude, Henry, he is an absolute freak with the physique. As you said, man, he's like Walter Payton, Bo Jackson, all bundled into one right there. The dude's 6'3", 250, like 1% body fat, pure muscle. And there's plays where he's got an opening. He'll slow down just to hit the guys that are trying to chase you. Yeah. He is a badass, but unfortunately,
so's Josh Allen. Josh Allen, he plays it safer now, but fucking that's how he runs it too. I mean, he's not a running back that like, oh shit, here comes Josh Allen, but you better be ready to hit pads. Bro.
He ain't sliding. He's going to lower them shoulder pads and let you know with that 6'5" frame, big dog coming at you. Watching that game last night, I mean, it was like a real life Tecmo Super Bowl or NFL Blitz game.
It was that, dude. It was a lot like Blitz fucking 2000, 100%, dude. One of the best, I say the best football game ever. I don't care much about Madden, but I used to love playing NFL Blitz. It's about the last time the Giants would win anything.
Loved Blitz. Hey, speaking of your Giants and New York, hey, if you want to prove that you still got it at quarterback, just go spend a year or two in New York, go somewhere else, go out there and put up major numbers. Aaron Rodgers going 22 for 30, over 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Daniel Jones from your Giants, who was 3-13 2 years in a row, looked like the second coming yesterday there for Indy. He had 2 rushing touchdowns.
Unreal. Dude,
But
we get the best players, Saquon Barkley, and they don't do shit really, and they get rid of them. And then as soon as they go someplace else, they're league MVPs, which is interesting to say that we have a good eye in our scouting department for talent, and we don't have the best of from the launch pad. You know what I mean? And then they take what they know, and then somebody else capitalizes on the investment. It's fucking silly. So we've seen that how many times with the Giants. You need to go, okay, we got to weather the storm. We believed in this guy, whatever. It's jitters. It's getting used to it. We got it no matter what. No, they bring him in 2 years later. He didn't do it. He's gone by year 3 and 4 in the prime, and we get nothing out of the investment that we had. So you're blowing your picks out of the gate. Like Giants, 90% of their fucking problem is all how you kind of go from developmental and scouting to fucking making players that are going to be franchise players for 8 to 10 years because they become that, but it's for somebody else.
Right.
Fucking idiots.
They're getting set up there, then they go find a success. The artist returns saying, hey, man, RVB, tell the Bills to stop bitching about the tush push. They do it themselves. They call it the snow plow in Buffalo. But, hey, this advertising, baby. I don't know if you saw this story, Ben. Not getting a lot of traction. I was watching the game last night. Like, why don't we have the Slim Jim uprights? Where is all of our logo and our branding? But the tush push actually has a sponsor now. Dude Wipes is backing it. They're the official sponsors of the tush push in the NFL. I
think that's super smart. Like the crossover of it, it's there, and you might as well do the branding on it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Should NFL teams have logo branding on their jerseys and shit like that as well? You know, like if you're the spokesperson, could you be wearing that shit? That'd be a little out of hand, but it's all about the Monday.
Well, yeah, we got that C that was Army captaincies on there. That's don't fool yourself. That is an All-American Pride. That's paid for as well. There's some sponsorship backing there that people don't want to get into. But Ben, all around, I saw you. Big bucks, Ben. Some cashing in. Got a little coin, an extra coin in the pocket this morning from the NFL. So, what were your big wins? What did you like that you got to see? I know you were busy over at the shop, but hey, I got a game changer. I got the ticket this year and Red Zone. So on the weekends, I don't even need to leave the house. I don't need physical contact anymore with people. I'm set here in the cave.
It's all good, man. I obviously am in touch with the producers chat, and Willem Alicia does a lot of due diligence. Javid's posted stuff and getting the threads going at the Facebook group. And so I checked that. Somebody had just their Boston College plus 4.5 in the spread. That kind of hit and started it off. I don't really follow college football.
A tongue twister.
Yeah. And so I was like, let me try one. And that was great. So I can't remember who put that in there, but thank you. And I was like, all right, I'll go easy, and just looked at my UFC handicappers and picked a couple locks and parlayed that. Those hit. I put $2 on 2 random fights, and then neither of those hit. So I was still up. I started with 70, and I ended the weekend with 150. I did most damage on kind of the no sweat bets from FanDuel, and I would think we also need to pioneer a sponsorship. Let's get with Feeney and see how we can get in on this FanDuel thing, because we've got such a great fan base that likes to collaborate handicapping wise in our Facebook group. And they're doing FanDuel. I'd love to have that over here. So we can have this chat in our Monday locker room if need be, post Sunday throughout. And then I knew, based on what LC was saying, that the Broncos game was going to be a stomp out. So I like to pick alternative spreads that are ridiculous, minus 10,000s, but they help with getting the odds up for those free bets, because sometimes they have to be plus 100. So I'll take Josh Allen 150 passing yards, Lamar Jackson 150 passing yards, a plus 25.5 spread for the Ravens, and Henry to score 1 touchdown. That was a nice bet for $12 that doubled up on, you know what I mean? So simple parlays. And then the one with the Broncos was similar style to that, but that one had a 50% profit boost, and I knew those would hit. Bo Nix to throw one touchdown, alternative spreads, things like that are really kind of locks unless somebody blows their leg out or some shit, So I like those parlays, and all of them hit. Really, the only thing NFL that didn't was I had to put, just to feel the pain, my own $5 face slap, $10 on the Giants because they won 3 in the preseason. And I was like, who knows why the fuck? Well, I'm like, there's always going to be a sleeper game where somebody goes over. I didn't bet the Rams, and I knew I didn't bet the Chargers, and I had a feeling they were going over. I just felt like, I think the Chiefs are going to lose 3 or 4 games this season. So I didn't fuck with that. I laid out on that, but in my mind that would have been a win too. So there was some interesting matchups. I'm not going to try and play, let me pick every game and see who wins. I don't like that. I'd rather listen to the people who are doing the legwork, know the players that are going to get their shit in, and pick a way under margin for them as a supplemental in a parlay that they get by, So for me, a good week to more than double up, kind of 60% return on what I put out there.
Very nice.
Yeah.
The game itself, any surprise standout? Kind of a bold thing there. The Chiefs with multiple lots. A lot of people thinking they're not going to win that division because you got the Chargers there, the Broncos right there. I think the Raiders are going to make some noise. They're still going to finish last year. I think you look at the Chiefs, you're probably looking at maybe 5 or 6 losses. They got Philly next week. They come out with some big games. They could fall into a hole, but they are the Chiefs. Andy Reid's going to have them going. They still got those big guns there. I think the Lions falling flat yesterday. The change in coordinators definitely showed. They, Green Bay handling them early. I think there was a lot of sloppy ball across the board. The only 2 teams that really looked like they hadn't lost anything.
Deuce, get me sloppy ball.
Sloppy balls. There we go. The 2 teams last night looked head and above, both of them. Even in defeat, the Ravens just looked so much better than the rest of the league.
Last night you saw football history, that game, like week 1, and teams with unbelievable next level quarterbacks, incredible running backs, incredible defense that were just going on. Like, it was football in its purest form, that one-handed grab into the end zone. Like, yeah, I'm a Giants guy. My biz partners are Bills. A lot of my families are Bills people, and I went to school near Buffalo, so I like them, but I also like that they have the curse and they went 0-4, and the Giants are the ones that usually crush their dreams. You have some help in that, ruining perfect seasons and shit like that. So, but I do like this team a lot, and I like to wager on them because that team reps how hardcore Buffalo is. I don't think people understand that it's a different culture there, and you can say that about any NFL team, I understand, but it's even more than jumping through tables and shit in the parking lot. If you ever been and lived near Buffalo, it's something different because the snow just makes you that way. I don't know, some type of insane.
What's the feel about this new stadium? Because you guys are saying farewell to something with so much history up there and character that adds the elements there. Now you've got this state-of-the-art facility coming in that they've got designed so the winds.
You want to go shovel again? Like, fuck that. Fuck you is what it comes down to.
Yeah, snow shovel sales are going to be non-existent, anymore. They're going to take a major dive.
Yeah, so I think people are tired of that. That was the deciding factor of
we're voting for this thing.
All right, we'll bitch about spending the money and we'll be able to bury politicians and get our Schadenfreude in, but I ain't digging this bitch out again.
$1 billion for a heated seats is worth it.
Yeah, dude, that's really what it is. I was out there in Giants versus Bills 2007. No, it was probably 2008. Thanksgiving weekend. You can go back and look at the weather. A winter tsunami, bro. I'm talking 60-mile. Man Beast was there. Twink was there, and my brother and my dad. We're all out in sideburns. bro, 60, 70 mile an hour winds. We watched the black clouds come rolling in from thunder and lightning, freezing rain to full on whiteout winter blister, explosion, like micro burst right over the fucking arena. My old man had to tap in the third and go out. It ripped. The wind was so strong, it was ripping people's ponchos from their bodies, dude, as the Giants beat the Bills. It was the most insane weather I've ever stood in. It was a hurricane, but all winter precipitation, from ice pellets to freezing cold rain to huge, like, goose feather sized snowflakes, bro. It was crazy. It was insane, and I would never want to go through that again. And then another insane game, I went to the Packers versus the Bears when I lived in Chicago. This is probably 2003, maybe 4, and it was fucking minus 13 that day, bright as fuck, but so ice cold, bro. I had 2 full winter outfits on, so it seems like every time I go to an NFL game, it's going to be the absolute worst conditions that arena has to offer, dude. So fuck them outdoor games. That's what they said.
Now, I was thinking about that this past week. I was doing like a little write up on Facebook to get some conversation going, thinking about the NFL fan bases, and just not widespread, but about the passion, the devotion, the energy, the fan culture. There's nobody right now that does it better than the Bills Mafia. The table spots, but they party. They take over everywhere. They have the Bills Mafia zones. Even when they come down here to Cincinnati, they're so well welcomed because, the incident with the player on the field. But Ned, I saw that you guys just added up there, started this year. You had the Bills boat regatta there on the Buffalo River.
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's going to sound biased because I grew up and lived here. So I'm as central New York to Western New York as they come. And we would go to the city and, Long Island here or there. But like, because of where we live and because of the fucking precipitation and the snow and the New York gangster culture from New York City that is kind of embedded in us up here, but we chop wood and carry water. Even if you live in more urban instead of rural areas, you have this hardcore about you. You have to have the quick wit of somebody from the city, but you have to be tough as shit as a working man. And that means blowing off steam, and fucking the testosterone level is way up. And there's some dumb Polish guys in Buffalo. There's dumb Italian guys in Utica. Like it's just macho, right? And that leads to it. And we're loud as fuck because we run our mouths. That's why Syracuse is the loud house. There's no other college crowd that goes as hardcore as Syracuse if they're ready to show up and show out. Like you look back over the years.
Ohio, baby.
They're good, but they're not Syracuse fans. They're psycho there, right? Like they can go. And those fans are also Bills fans. So in that Route 90 corridor, Rochester's a weird area of liberalism because it's like IBM and a lot of highly intellectual computer people are very liberal, collegiate type thinkers with RIT there. So there's still a lot of cool things there, but it seems Syracuse and Buffalo share this crazy psycho. This is all we got. We got our college team and they go hard for the Sabres. Don't get me wrong too. Like, when it's on there, but they haven't had a squad like the Bills are. The Sabres have hope, so that's just what it is, man. And I like to see other teams that I'm not trying to shit like our fans are the best, like the Raider Nation. Those guys are fucking crazy as shit, bro.
Oh, they'll shank you.
Yeah, dude. Like you're dealing with like Chicano, La Raza gangsters out there but I like to see that shit because where you're from is what the culture is going to be. And those dudes, have whatever it is, or, those Florida teams, those guys are fucking psycho too. Some of those fans. So, but there's just something about, you think you're bad as fuck and you're from, I'm just using this as an example, like Arizona or some shit, and that's where you play your games. Come to Buffalo in December. Come to Giant Stadium. See how fucking over you are. And the guys are on the sidelines with big jackets. Fucking meanwhile in the stand, you got half the fucking guys out there that weigh 3 1/4 drinking Labatt's heavy with their shirts off and tits out going, you fucking pussy.
just jump through it. Just jump through a bunch of tables, Slim Jim table spots out
like,
the tailgate.
Yeah, they're like, what, coach? You need me to fucking go? Let's fucking go. Like, and there's a sea of those dudes, bro. There's a sea of them in Buffalo. So, you know, I love it for everything it is and everything it shouldn't be. And, you know, there's a hope spot there. That's the thing. It's that Chicago, are the Chicago Cubs going to do it? You know what I mean? Are the fucking Bills going to finally do it? But me being a devout Giants guy, I have to like, and that I love heels. I love the baby face and the hope spot gets crushed because that heightens the expectation of when they actually do go over. It's there. But in the meantime, the effort they're going to put forth because they want it. And how many Bills games have we seen in the last 3 to 4 years where people are like, fuck the Super Bowl game of the year? This week in the opener, we fucking saw it, dog. Like, it's going to be harder to beat the magic of football and team unification and everybody giving their best effort, being led by a general down the fucking field. Like, it's as revolutionary war feeling through a sport as you can kind of get of, we want to overcome. We want to be the ones on top and start our own empire. Like, you know, and that's really what the magic of all of it is. And there wasn't any bullshit in that game. I didn't feel that was just straight athleticism, good refereeing, staying the fuck out of the way, and everybody playing, you know, to the best of their ability for the money they're fucking earning. Nobody mailed in shit last night, bro.
Thoroughbred strapping up and throwing down is what
It was, dude.
Brantley mentioning the Eagles over there. Not a good weekend for Philly or the Philly fans. We start off the NFL season. Before the first snap, we got an ejection from the best player on the defense.
And a guy blew his MCL out walking onto the field. It felt like a work to kick off fucking Thursday. I'm like, so like, oh, who's gonna? It's like somebody's entering for the Royal Rumble, and this guy goes down, and this guy goes out. So now there's 2 spots for a secret player to come in. Like, that's what it felt like to me. Of like, you're going to start with under at odds, right? Like, oh, shocker, controversy. Like, I don't know, man. But those quarterbacks were awesome too. Like, that was a good game, dude.
Yeah, they went toe to toe there. That kind of the momentum killed with the weather delay out of control. But yeah, I mean, they went toe to toe. Dallas 8.5 dogs. No one giving them a chance in there. They came out and hung right in there. But of course, Philly really making a big
won on that one too.
Did you hit on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice one to touch there. That 8.5 is a lot in the NFL, especially that opening week. You don't know what you're going to get. But hey, let's reference over there Karen Ball Snatcher. That's the viral moment for sports all weekend. Total pitch move, but caught on tape here. I guess at first, not this poor lady, but what the hell has she got to be going through? I mean, she is everywhere this weekend for just being a total see you next Tuesday. Caught on film there. And the kid that she took the ball back from, he made out like a bandit. They had the PR team up there get him a huge gift pack and all that.
Yeah, well, this is Andy Warhol, 15 Minutes of Fame, right? This is George Orwell, 1984, 2 Minutes of Hate. This is Schadenfreude, and what we love is fucking human beings of like, I have outrage in me. Let me hate this fucking woman and what she's doing doesn't make her a huge fucking cunt. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I looked at her, I could fucking smell educator on her. Like the entire, like I grew up as a teacher's kid. I know clueless fucking women who think they're fucking brilliant. Like they used to, run wild in my hometown. So yeah, man. She's saying that she can't leave her house. Everybody hates her. Like, just
okay. So I haven't seen, like, she has come. Lean into this.
That was
be the ultimate bitch.
yeah, there's opportunity to make money, right? Like she could become like
She could be like the real life Vicky Guerrero.
That's a great point. And like if you get an agent and like get commercials where you just become the discerning bitch, or you steal something from somebody, or you become the joy thief, right? That's what it is, right? How do we play the joy thief game out? You're made as that now. You're a heel. Don't want to go baby face. There's money in being a fucking heel because you can make baby faces off of products. And right now is the time they're booking Super Bowl commercials. You have a very small window to capitalize on this internet fame and meme. And it's almost better to go outside if it's fucking all set up and like have people hate Dave Chappelle sketch style. You know what I mean? And you could even probably get in a commercial with Dave Chappelle doing the hater thing and be a nostalgia.
The haters ball, hater of the year.
Yeah, like she could be in the haters ball sketch, bro. You know what I mean? You got the ball thing right in there. You know, maybe Dave Chappelle gives her hater of the fucking year award. And you're the Super Bowl. You've just made yourself off of, okay, we hated you, we tore you down, and now remember that meme from the summer? She's gonna be the hottest fucking Halloween costume there is. All you gotta do is get a Phillies jersey and some fucking Sally Jesse glasses and a baseball, and you're the bitch.
Cuts and ask for the butch.
Yeah, well, that's the dedication. I don't think you got to go that hard, but if you want to win the competition at your local bowling alley, I mean, go for it. Go for the skunk hairdo and fucking get over. But you know, like that's her. This is her opportunity. Like you and I are marketing guys, right? Like what I just laid out is how you go from in 2025, 2026, capitalizing on the viral thing. Nobody's talking about that motherfucker isn't real anymore, getting kicked off the plane, right? And we never really find out what that is. Nobody's talking about Hawk Tua after she went with meme coin. Where's your cunt coin? Like, do the whole package. Like, get an agent and fucking capitalize on this. And then you're at the Oscars, and it's going to be a big moment with you and the little kid where you come together and you steal the fucking Oscar and push him out of the way and announce the fucking best stunt man choreography in the film or whatever.
I'm thinking, like, I mean, this has to be a segment, a shtick on the ESPYs.
You're on Saturday Night Live. They're gonna rib you on Saturday Night Live. You're gonna be all those things.
Yeah, I mean, there is so much to lean into this. I mean, this could change her life in her 15 minutes of fame right here.
Yes.
But now she's trying to play a victim and go the other way. Lean in.
The exact opposite of what you should be doing.
Be the heel that everybody loves to hate. And as Bet regularly says, how do you become a great babyface? Be an amazing heel.
You have to. You're only as good as a baby as you are as a heel. And it's way easier to turn baby after that because you have a choice in the road of evil and people want to steer back towards the light. So you come to a Sophie's Choice and it's like, am I going to involve myself in one of the 7 deadly sins, or am I going to choose the path of the righteous man, which is what speaks to the id of humanity, and why when you go that way, then they are behind you. And if you have things in place like the right catchphrase, the right merchandise, and the right dragon to slay afterwards, then by all means, they're with you, dude, after that. And then you become a merch seller, and she can go on Comic-Con tours for the next fucking 15 years after that with a Phillies jersey on and a baseball and signed baseballs. You could be at every Cooperstown Hall of Fame induction for the next 20 years just to have people fucking flip you off and take a $50 picture, or fucking cry, like, do this one while I hold the ball and ha ha ha, gotcha. Like, this could be your thing. You can be baseball legacy almost as much as fucking who's on first, what's on second, if you get the right agent and lean into being a heel and carny the shit out of this. In fact, I would call the Savannah Bananas and see how they can figure you in a spot on a couple shows to continue to go viral, where you just come out and show the baseball that you got so the whole arena can go, boo, fuck you. And it is Orwell's 2 minutes of hate.
There's so much hate.
Verbatim.
So when someone steals the base, you go out there and steal the base back from them. So it's just there's
Yeah.
so much that you can do with it there. So hey, if Hurt Camp, anybody, if you do anything that we've laid out here, we're coming for residuals on that. Thanks to the Monday Locker Room.
100%. And Kaz, clip all this, like just put it out there, because we're gonna ride the wave before it dies out, because these people obviously don't know how to turn an entertainment dollar in a viral moment in a TikTok era is insane. It's crazy to me, dude. Like there should be, what is it? CNA, the big fucking agency in LA that everybody belongs to, that Ari's part of and all that, and whatever, 14 and I or whatever agency. Do they not have a team ready to gobble these people up instantly and get a hold of them and have this shit in place to take you from an influencer or just something, your bad behavior?
How do they not have a contact in every stadium as soon as they see that?
100%.
Get a hold of them. Speaking of, how about we just get a time? We got the WNBA starting up the playoffs this week here. Why don't she go out? She could go out there and snatch a couple of them green monsters off the court.
Yeah, that's absolutely it, dude. To make an ass out of her would be fine, but hey, dude, I endorse the fucking green dildo throwing. I think it's hilarious. I think if your team sucks, if you're out here trying to play a victim and fucking doing women's rights shit, but at the same time you want to do Cardi B WAP shit, you're an asshole. And you deserve to be made fun of in a way that is juvenile, because it lightens the fucking mood. It takes away all your power of how dare you, like that bullshit. And somebody's got to go pick up a rubber dick off the fucking, off the court, because they're not just doing it. It's because you're the one starting the fire. You're the one trying to get over and use what's supposed to be an escape for people as a platform for all this fucking shit where nobody wants to hear it. That's what we're trying to escape from. And you're bringing it here. So guess what you get? The sad trombone of visuals, a big floppy green dick on the fucking court. And if you're an NFL team when they're going to do it this year, they're 3-0 in the preseason, and then you come out and you fucking can't score for 3 quarters, big floppy green dick on you, my guy. You're full of shit. Do what you're supposed to do. And I think it's fucking hilarious, man, to be honest with you. So, because it comes down to another primal id of man. You can go back to cave paintings and drawings, or even when I'm about to go to Jamaica for my anniversary trip, every vendor at their booth has got a Rasta man with a huge fucking cock sticking out ashtray. Like, it goes back to the sun, moon, and stars, to the fertilizing of the soil and the birds and the bees. It's like it's ingrained in us. So it's fucking funny. Dick fucking ribs are funny. Write that down, Deuce. Dick ribs are funny. Until they break an NDA and come to sue you for $3 million.
Till the green dick's on the other foot there. But are you surprised, Ben, that we haven't seen the one-eyed green monster making appearances more in other sports? Or I
think you're gonna, dude. I think it's hilarious because somebody, the dick getting thrown, the dildo getting thrown onto the field is funny, and having to pick it up is the funny punchline. But what's funny is what you don't see in every scenario. Someone has had to sneak a fucking 14-inch cock into the arena, probably in their own underwear because they're checking bags, and you got a big hammer on you. And everybody gets to make up the process of what that entailed, from when you're laughing with your buddies about it in the car to the time you get in the arena. Is it time? Are we going to get thrown out? Do it now. All of that we never get to see. But in your own mind, you feel it because you can imagine your own buddies there. You got the fucking big Schwanzkopf in your pants, and then the adrenaline to fucking do it. And then it makes ESPN, and the next day, hopefully you got home and got away with it before they turn you into the fucking Schadenfreude of the week club, you know, and you're a meme for 24 hours.
I like Frank's suggestion here. Did they donate them like the hats in hockey or like teddy bear night? Like, so where are these dildos ending up? Are they going to a good worthy home? You know, are they their forever homes, or are they just getting trashed?
Yeah, I think you know, you never know. I think that some people who would pick them up would be a collector's item of who it is if you got it. You know,
is there a marketing lead into it? The WNBA designer
There's
line.
always $1 to be made. Oh yeah, the designer line. Yeah, if some girls like, fuck it, I'm down for sex ed talk, and I feel that masturbation is a fucking conversation that we should have. And you fucking get your own Fredericks of Hollywood, whatever. What are the girls on now? The Rabbit or the Rosebud or some shit like that. I was
thinking like the two-sided Britney Grinder.
Points on
the
that
the Caitlyn Glow in the Dark Clark series. You know, you can
blow your knee out. That's a strong one. So you know, so who's going to be the first to have a Shildo contract? It's a shoe contract with a dildo on the back. So
just do it.
Fuck yourself with it. Yeah, I mean these are the products that we could be making in American made products.
But no tariffs on those. Say American made, keep it in house.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, so we got marketing tips all day here across the sports world. But I guess, you know, I told Cass this morning, he was like, "What are you going to talk about today?" I was like, "Dude, I'm stretching for wrestling stuff here. I mean, there's a few topics out there.
There's some interesting things, bro." Stephanie was talking about shutting. It's hard to get things up your ass. I saw that on No DQ where she made a anal joke, and from the stories I've heard from others of Stephanie's sexual prowess, you know, I'm sure there may be a video or two out there. You know,
I'm sure it runs in the family. I'm sure, but she's making all them headlines with her show. Last week, VPNs, and now she's backdooring it.
Very immense penises. No, it's VIPs. Sorry. Yeah.
Absolutely. I guess the big one. I know you guys are going to talk about it, break it down, complete review over on the Raw SmackDown review on the Russo brand. I had a great conversation yesterday with my good friend Benjamin Chimera, who joined me on the Smack Attack, continuing our ESPN connection. He is the host of Card Subject to Change on the ESPN radio affiliate, the 1410 The Wing, out of Dayton, Ohio. Who knows what those sports talk stations? They always got the stupidest names. You know, the win, the victory, the clutch,
corporate. It's all Cumulus owned and or Sirius owned. So there is no go start a band with your friends and do it for fun and become great at it and write great music, great American music. I implore everyone to do that who's interested, but to get on this fame train and do that, there really is no way how it used to be or allegedly used to be in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And even that was probably an illusion of how to get famous, you know? So, yeah, I don't have a lot of respect for radio at all, but I'm not trying to hate on that guy. But
I think you guys would get along great. You're both that old school mentality. You know, both came in at the same thing. You know, about the same time. He was a Heartland Wrestling Association guy. Learned under Les Thatcher, which is that same old school mentality as Rip.
Awesome.
But we had a great conversation about the return of AJ Lee, and not so much the creative, but we talked about her impact and standing and meaning in professional wrestling, and even here in the chat. And I regularly see it throughout social media. Seems like you're getting a bunch of middle-aged guys that maybe aren't appreciative, don't understand that she did have a meaning, did have an impact for a lot of the females that are on the roster today, or those that are working in the indies. I'm sure a lot that you worked with, Ben, you know, at that time, they were in their teens, and it was an AJ Lee who stood out different than the magazine models that inspired them, that they could be a little different. There was a way to work your way into the business like she did, because she came in, she wanted to be a wrestler. She went to the school, worked through the indies before getting an opportunity in a world of magazine models back then.
Doesn't mean she wasn't recruited for the same purposes.
Well,
And
it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt that,
because she got
she
to come
looked
out and do, because she can cut a decent promo better than, some of these spokesmodels that were just thrown out there. And, that she did take the bumps in wrestling school. I'll put that over. Absolutely. But from day one, to me, even when she gets to cut the pipe bomb promo to like shit on them while they're in the ring and Natty's in there and she's trying to shit on them, dude. What she's saying is true, and it's not her saying, it's somebody giving her those lines, you know what I mean, that are supposed to cut deep and embarrass these women while putting the heat on AJ Lee, and she did a good job in that promo. But I would look at her and go, dude, this is the phoniest shit ever. And I'm not, like I said on other shows, I like women who look like women. Jessica Rabbit types are my, hourglass figure redheads, especially. When I see, and when she was young, it was one thing, and I get why they did it with Britney Spears and the marketing of it, but like having women dress like little girls and do little girl things is not appealing to me at all, and it creeps me out, and it's very pedophilic, and I don't like it, and I think it's fucking stupid to do that, and I think and they're still doing it. They got Trish Stratus dressing up like an anime fucking pedo dream, like for these weird fucking tape trader, masturbator, autistic, magic playing motherfuckers that are wrestling fans. I think that's dumb. I think there's way more money in being a power woman executive who can almost pull a McMahon and have her own little intern boy toy where it's all insinuated that way. We've got plenty of teachers that are super hot hooking up with their high schoolers. Why are we not playing the reverse role on that shit out, dude? You got Charlize Theron talking about banging out 26-year-olds having the best sex of her life at 40 whatever. Like, that's where you go. Charlize Theron is not dressing up like a 12-year-old and skipping to the ring at 38 years old so I can go, remember when she used to do that entrance and that's what they said got her over? It didn't. It was stupid then. It's way stupider now. It's way more ridiculous. Just so you can go, look, I've been working out and I'm on test and I got a fucking six-pack. Like, big deal, dude. And then all these fucking goofy ass, just sick to my stomach. It makes me have to watch Hollywood and all the other ones that want to be like her pop that they're, oh my God. And I get that you're like, well, it was important when they were coming up. Then they came up eating shit. Like they never feasted at the fucking true, trough of wrestling. Like, all that butterfly belt bullshit is the worst stuff that's ever been produced for WWE TV. And just because you were 6 years old when you watched it and it was terrible then, but you didn't understand how bad it was, does not mean this run is going to get over in any way, shape, or form. To me, it's another one who married a top worker and now they're made. I watched these Undertaker clips and his wife sitting there who's a Hall of Famer, and fucking like the guys can't even talk like the boys would in the show, like the locker room like this, how it would be, because K-Fizz, because even though she's a worker, the wife's right there and I don't want to get heat afterwards. It's a weird cringe thing. Like even Steph having a podcast is a weird thing. It always seems like so manufactured and not organic when you add that in there, dude. And
that's really
you can put that out there with, at this point, I would say 9 out of 10 relationships in wrestling make both characters way less than what they should be. And the woman always looks like, well, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't fucking with no broke
Undertaker.
Yeah,
but that is true, and it's just like professional wrestling with these podcasts. But hell, man, it's the same thing. Hanging out the bar, happy hour. when Joe Buck's hanging out, and then one day he's got to bring the wife because she's interested in what he does, and it changes the complete dynamic of what everyone's talking about, hanging out in the bar scene or wherever that might be. But Ben, to your point, and I'm glad we're having this conversation because it's opening my perspective on this. Right or wrong, good or bad content, it was still a real emotion that influenced people to want to get these young girls to get into professional wrestling. So that is there. I agree with you in the sense that was then. That's what they saw. They were related with someone that looked like them back then. That was the skipping and happy and go lucky young girl. What they should be doing now creatively is showing what happens in a 10-year period, going from a girl to a woman.
It won't.
I know they haven't already. It would have been nice to see a bit of a different AJ Lee come out. The AJ Lee that now is an executive producer for Wild Wrestling, that is an author, who is married, who has, went from a girl to a woman, but we're still going right back to the pedo young girl kind of feel.
Yeah, this weird nostalgia that wasn't over earlier, and we've now been through cancel culture and Epstein Island, and we're like, then Punk is standing there with salt and pepper goatee. Hey, everybody, look at my wife's abs and ass cheeks. Hey, look at them, everybody. Yay. And a 90-pound girl is going to go over strong on Raquel Rodriguez. Why? Because she's Punk's wife, and instead of doing what would really happen and being annihilated in fucking less than a minute. But this shit's phony and we're not going to tell. Dude, it's for the pop. Brock Lesnar came back. What storyline is he involved in? Where are we going? Why is Paul Heyman not the crux of a scene when we have Brock, Tribal Chief, and CM Punk all at our disposal? We still haven't paid, and Seth Rollins. We paid none of that off, and that it should all be, how are we going to skin Paul Heyman alive? And that the fucking bruisers are now protecting Paul, and Paul is shitting his pants and on the run, but he has to be at arenas and things like those lines. How do we fucking sniff the weasel out of the hole like that? How do we find Saddam? Like, that's what we should be playing with all these guys there, with alliances, or I'm going to get them first game, between them. And like, I almost had him, but you cost me, you asshole. And now we have heat inside. Like, that's how you keep doing the shell game to keep him from slimy getting away. In like, even one week he's almost caught and he's got to dive in a dumpster and shit like that. And the guys have the conversation, which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? Boom, they separate. Paul rises out of the dumpster. Like, this is what you do based on the history. Instead, Brock's back, everybody. He's got long hair. Did you see the pictures of his daughter online? Yay. Well, that was fun. AJ Lee's back, everybody. Yay. Like, it's fucking awful. We tell the best stories on the planet. Nobody's better storyteller. What stories are you telling? You haven't told one fucking story of comeuppance, overcoming, betrayal, brotherhood, anything that's the id of man. And I have to sit here and review these fucking shows, and it's great because I get to do it with Stevie Richards and Vince, but I'm not going to put over the fact of she's back and all these influencers having a mark out moment, bro. Those people look like they need to be fucking committed, in my opinion, dude. Like,
it's a terrible place. I don't wish anyone to go there.
Like, is there that much of a divide in reality of society, or are these people just doing this because they know or are paid to by WWE so they can have these weird TikTok reels that show people, see how into our stuff they are? And here's the other thing, 1.1 million, and everyone, well, it's because they were on 3 hours earlier in the UK, and that's why. Oh, okay. So what's the fucking verdict next week? Oh, it's because the football game was on. Oh, it's because no, it's because your show is dog shit.
Yep.
And no one gives a fuck about anything you're doing. It's Disney on Ice, and you know it, and I know it, but you're going to make it look like, 93 million people watched the return of AJ Lee. No, they didn't. Not on YouTube, they didn't. Those are bought numbers. 3 million, maybe tops. There is no metric, no way, no how that 1.1 million people are watching your TV show and 93 million people are watching a clip. You are stooging on yourself with how a 1-93 ratio. That is fucking idiotic. And the other thing is that clip is not sponsored by anybody. It's
you're
not
making
brought to
money
you.
off of it.
So because you can't, because you would be selling a false metric and then you would be liable. So the fact that you're not doing it stooges off that you are doing all bought shit. Shout out Tony Khan with the fucking, they've got hate bots. That's all they're doing, bro. If these clips even have over 1 million on them, I would be fucking astounded. Like they are completely juking these stats. All of their YouTube shit is lies. And it eventually will come out, and then they'll go, Hacker been talking about this. I don't give a fuck about the credit. It's just common sense. And if you know the entertainment business and the scumbags involved, that's exactly what they're doing. Occam's razor. The fucking most probable answer is probably where you need to fucking put your trust in. And if it fucking feels like a work and smells like a work to me, which that absolutely does, then y'all, that's where I'm putting my chips on, buddy.
You talk about these declining numbers. I mean, it's across the board. We just saw this past week with AEW. They're down around that 400,000 mark. Meltzer, Alice was sharing that with us in our producers chat. You know, he was claiming online, well, no one gets the max numbers. They protect those. And they actually, Alcia shared with us some tweets back and forth with someone that works for one of those companies. Like, you're full of shit. You think these big companies aren't getting these actual numbers? I mean, it's just abysmal. The must-see TV pretend narrative that we're getting here when it comes to professional wrestling, what they're selling to these networks and these streaming services.
100%. They cashed the check from ESPN and fucking we're doing VPN reads. They told Netflix that with your consumer base, we'll get 5 million a week. And now they're down to 1.4 that plugs into a metric that also has a plus or minus of 1 million over a week span. They're not really clocking those numbers. That's a projection when they say 2.4 million. So it's a lie. It is a lie that after Raw airs, another 1 million people are watching it from front to back until the next Monday. 1.4 million maybe out of the gate with a plus 100,000 possibly. Everything else is a fuck, because nobody wants to go, holy shit, we got lied to and we'll look fucking stupid. They just go, well, I got wrestling signed here, so that's where I should get my own pet project to develop whatever their weird freak passion is. You know.
So this weekend, I've watched, I can't even tell you the hours of football I watched from Thursday night to kick off with the NFL through college football Saturday to the games yesterday. Across the board, so much coverage with ESPN, the pre-games, post-games, a ton of hype for ESPN, the app. Get it all here. John Cena's the spokesman for this thing. Multiple commercials featuring him, putting over ESPN, the app.
You can just go to the tvapp.to and watch it there for free.
Well, point being, even with John Cena there, not a mention of WWE. How valuable of a product is this actually to ESPN? I think it's just, you know what? We got all this money. We just need to buy up some stupid content that people might come over for. I don't think they see any value in the WWE.
I think
or it's low on that totem pole.
I think their upper echelon of management is equally as neurotic as others. I mean, look, before WWE ever came over, look at the 5 to 6 years beforehand and how much change and crossover happened in ESPN at the top levels. A lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's been multiple shakeups, especially during cancel culture. Even before that, they were kind of reshuffling. So
they cut all their major contacts from all those people that we knew for decades. And they did. Right now, you got your faces of ESPN, Stephen A. and Pat McAfee. And they cut it pretty
those
much
guys
everything.
those guys are hosts. That's fine.
Right.
I'm not talking about on-air talent. I'm talking about management
okay.
and upper
Exactly.
level. They've reshuffled the board, the top players, and people have all moved on to the point that I doubt that maybe 10%, 20% of who was there 6 years ago is there now. So that means, yeah, they might have got a couple good crossovers of people who are leaving other networks to go there, who have some idea, but they're not going to rock the boat. They're going to want to settle in and just get deals done. Then you have voids to fill. These are the people who were interns 2 years ago that are now vice presidents. Okay. Now, but because now I got a fatter paycheck and I wear, Armani suits, I'm over. Now I understand. I get it. Right. You failed upward into a position and bullshitted. Maybe you're hungry for it. Maybe you're just feeling yourself. However, that does not make for the best board of directors team that are all going to communicate and understand what's best for it. They're all just trying to up their level to go from associate producer to executive producer to executive vice president. And each one of those has somebody below it that is hungry to fill that void when that person moves up again. And sometimes they leave and don't. And sometimes associate producer goes to EVP in 18 months. You think they got it in that amount of time? No. So what do you expect 6 years later when we've got a team filled with this kind of strange lineup? Everybody's still going to be out for themselves to sign a deal so they can then carry that up the ladder. And WWE knows this. They've dealt with it at Fox, at USA, at Netflix, and ESPN. So now all you are is just a used car salesman selling the exact same fucking Mercury Mountaineer with 130,000 miles on it, claiming it's a brand new fucking shiny right off the showroom floor, dude.
But it's got new tires, new brakes, so it's good.
It's the family truckster. It's the family truckster. Yeah.
Families love it.
And then we cash that check and we're doing VPN reads, telling people not to buy your app and to go at home fucking, go to Sports Surge or VIP Row or fucking whatever, meth streams.
Back to anything to backdoor it with Stephanie. That's what we're learning from her.
That's what it is, baby. And I like my girl's VPN down and dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very pussy nasty, Deuce. Write that one down. Oh, my.
We were talking before, you'd mentioned about somebody like AJ Lee, her side's going over on someone like Raquel. This past week, Ronda Rousey back making the rounds. And she had talked about that in some of her interviews, mentioning.
Sorry, I just got to say before we move on to Ronda, like it almost makes me want to spend money on the VPN thing that Steph did to go viral and be like, thanks, Steph. We use VPN and do free reads and try and get them over. And I will even use Steph's fucking code so she can get, get the
kickback.
It's worth the rib. Like there's mileage left on that joke. And all you got to do is say yes and to it. Not you're an idiot. Like, appreciate it. I don't have to pay for ESPN or Netflix anymore. Thank you, Stephanie McMahon.
Or as Karen Ball Snatcher would say, you do it the right way. You pay for the ESPN app. No cheating. No backdooring that. VPNs are for losers. Pay the rate.
Well, hey, I can be that. Be like, I'm not like Rick. Rick likes to pay for Netflix and ESPN. Rick pays $60 a month because Rick's a good guy. Some of us don't have it. And I thank you, Stephanie McMahon, for helping me find a way to save more money every month. And I use Stephanie McMahon's VPN service. I don't have to pay for any subscription service anymore. Not for AEW. I can watch all the wrestling I want for free. I canceled Peacock, Netflix, Like
I can afford front row WrestleMania. 27,000.
Yeah, and now I'm going to WrestleMania
because I saved with VPN.
That's saying yes and that's all that is, dog.
What was I asking? Oh, Ronda.
We were talking about Ronda.
Rousey here. The rowdy one.
Yeah, I'm a little rousy over here. You know what I mean?
taking shots at WWE, had mentioned in one case that they had pitched to her that she tap out to Becky, and she said, no effing way. Her mama would be furious that even in MMA, if she got into an arm bar, she would let someone break her arm or separate her shoulder before ever tapping out. She then talked about she was paired up with Alexa
First
Bliss.
of all, who is throwing shoot arm bars in WWE on her? Like, I would never tap out. Yeah, you shouldn't, because it's fucking phony. Nobody should be doing shoot arm bars.
No, they wanted her to tap out to
and
Becky.
she should, because it's phony. But she's defending it like, I would never tap out to any of these girls' arm bars. Yeah, because it's not an arm bar, you fucking idiot. So tap out. It's a work. Like, she is the biggest mark for herself with these fucking comments, dude. I would never tap out to the camel clutch. Okay. Then what are we doing out here? You're just going to Hulk up and beat me, and then you're going to shoot arm bar me and I tap out? For real? Is that, do you understand what you signed up for, you fucking idiot? So I know that you got to ride in other people's rental car now, and that, you know, there's $50 Waldorf salads delivered to your room, and you were the top girl at UFC and they coddled you. This is carny ass on the fucking road wrestling. Fight, kick, scratch for your spot. Protect everyone so we can keep working. And you're over because Piper tried to fucking put you over, and you couldn't even get yourself over. So you had to jump on that shit. And you're the farthest thing from fucking Roddy Piper when it comes to the respect of and honor of this fucking business. It's a shame that you even get to fucking live off of that shine. It's fucking it's people like this that don't take our shit seriously. And even when they get to have WrestleMania main events, they shit on it afterwards. Like, get the fuck out of here and don't come back, dude. You don't understand what you signed up for.
Still hard to believe, because with Bliss, she says they had me out there with Alexa Bliss because she's the top merch seller. She's like, how fucked up is that? I did like MJF fired back. It's like it's almost like we're trying to run a professional business here.
Yeah, we're here to sell merch, you fucking moron. We're not here to go, her arm bar's the best. You know what I mean? If it was, just like they should have done with Penta, and they didn't because they're not smart, you should have been breaking bitches' arms and she should have been tapping out to you. And that's the story until one girl, fucking stronger than anybody. Oh, I don't know. Fucking Jordan Grace. I don't know. She's super strong. Fucking, you can't break her arm because of that. Penta's arm breaker should be the thing that's getting banned, not the fucking code red flip. Like popping guys' shoulders out, and it's safe, and we would sell it and have it and have a whole fucking bunch of guys who are off the roster because Penta's doing that. Now we have a reason. But I was UFC champ. Yeah, you're badass. This is a work. You might as well be Raja Jackson then, you fucking moron.
I love that comparison. But Ronda was at the highest level for multiple years. How did she not get smartened up? I mean, why weren't they trying to educate her, talk to her about this? Or is she just taking too many shots to the head in UFC that she can't retain any of this?
The bubble 101. Same as all these girls. Yay, not Mama's back, or about AJ Lee. Yay, somebody's back to take my TV time. They're idiots. They are more concerned with backstage doing a TikTok dance. They think they're already over because they're in the WWE for whatever reason that's unmentioned. Wink, wink. And they think their work is unmatched because they came through NXT and Shawn gave them a hat and a hug. And then they get on the fucking main roster and the bell rings and your big purse or your fucking, Rosie Perez. And we don't have any idea. We're just in the clubhouse playing darts. Oh, we tell the best stories. Make way, everybody. Here comes a 38-year-old woman trying to show off her midriff, skipping to the ring like a 12-year-old. Okay. This is the best stuff. This is the best we can do. We can't write any more captivating characters than that. We have Brie Bella trying to do nostalgia with sparkly hats and be Kim Kardashian circa 2005, instead of leaning into a woman who's been jilted, a woman who's been through a lot of domestic issues, a woman who is hungry for the spotlight, a woman who was left at the altar, whose ex-fiance is on the screen. All of that shit is right there, and we don't touch it whatsoever. We want the pressure, the reality of not saying anything, and her having to carry that and shoulder it, but we'll never use it on TV, and it'll just be a funny rib on everybody instead. It's all right there for them, and they refuse to do it. From Brock Paul Heyman, Punk Paul Heyman, Seth Paul Heyman, and Big Dog Paul Heyman. They just don't do it. And they have a whole tribe there that is a legit fucking Samoan mafia in real life who's burying each other on the internet. Moms and aunties fucking burying each other. That's the story. They're a mafia family. And inside that, there is turmoil for power struggle, for deception, for the women to be in control through Lysistrata messaging and fucking influence. And this fucking cousin's jealous of that one, and this uncle is choosing which one to back. Like, all that shit is right there. But these fucking goofs only care about some Disney on Ice, wash, rinse, repeat shit. And they think they're doing brilliant work. They're doing nothing. They are putting forth no effort. And maybe it's because they don't know how to do it.
Well, Ben, I want to remind you, Five Guys just isn't it a cheeseburger chain. They're the geniuses that run professional wrestling.
Yeah, that's it, man.
They're the ones again. Speaking of Nikki Bella, any thoughts in her Kardashian type world? Instead of actually speaking up, I would say confronting, but having a conversation with Wade Barrett, she goes on her podcast and tries to throw him under the bus. And Barrett's like, well, it's like, I saw you backstage. You said hello to me. Why not have the conversation there? I'm still not even sure what he said, discouraging remarks or something about how she was showing obvious ring rust and all that. And
yeah, well, she was never good.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
and she misses an Insaguri by 2.5 feet off the second rope, and Becky still sells for it and then goes, oh, she wasn't even close. Never mind. So they just expose themselves as rotten as AF. And she's online that 2 days before that. I really am happy to be back in the ring. I'm going to earn it all and work my way up. Like, and now tonight's my big night, and exposed. So you can do a jump up Inzy. Yeah, I can do that. And then I'll come through it. And then the bell rings. And we're back at it. And it's embarrassing because you're supposed to be, there is no men or women's wrestling. These girls get it so much faster than the men do. Like, these backstage fucking diatribes on fucking Unreal, bro. Like, it's insane. That is what you're watching, is in the bubble. And then to not walk up and talk to Stu about, like, hey, that kind of cut me deep. I don't want to. Because what's Stu trying to do? Be a worker and understand when anybody F's up in the ring, Stu always has, Wade Barrett. I call him Stu because when I came up at OVW, Stu Sanders, he was going by, right? But Stu's awesome. and he knows how to get a dig in for the boys and the real insiders in a very droll UK kind of way that is masked, that doesn't hurt the person in the ring, but gets the wrestling rib over. He's highly intelligent, and I've heard him do it multiple times, and I think 95% of the time it goes right over the head of those marks at home that are gagaing out for AJ Lee to walk out, because they're not on that level. He is. And if that's kind of his rep maybe backstage, you know who else is really good at that? Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is a fucking master of that shit. Like,
did you see his exchange with Nikki?
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. So what is the perception of the boys who've lifted and chopped wood, carry water? I'm not saying Nikki Bella hasn't put in the road miles, but why were they there in the first place? Why would you have Johnny Ace's daughter-in-law back right now while he's turning state's evidence on fucking Vince to the lawyers? This is insane why these people would have these liabilities around. And the only reason they do it is because the Disney on Ice show means nothing. It's still funny to press Cena's buttons, to give Nikki a paycheck, but we'll get some ribs out of her. Then Stu does his thing, and the heat's got to land somewhere. But even though Stu had put out a tweet saying, this is all a nothing burger, I had requested this time off 9 months ago. At the end of the day, ain't it interesting how things line up? And none of it may be true that he's off the road because of what he said or what have you. And she definitely kind of feels some kind of way because they've probably, this is what weighs on her conscience of, what do they think about me? Why am I here? Instead of going, fuck this, I'm here to make money for my kid. And walk up to Stu and go, hey, dude, that fucks with my money. Don't do that again, please. I appreciate if you take care of me more. I don't care if we have to be friends or not, but that's not how I want to come to work and do business. And I doubt you do too, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, da, da, da. And then we're good. No heat. Y'all, and we go back and do our business. But then we're both, I'm going to go and listen to see if he put me over, but at least we did it face to face instead. Oh, she's got heat with you. We don't say anything. We're not adults about it. Then a tweet comes out and the internet gets to blow it up to the nth fucking degree. There's ways to handle your mafia biz inside the bubble, bro. But to act like it's not going on is because nobody ever verbalizes it, but they know all the dirty things I just said. Being an outside party, looking in on this, is stacked on top of her in the subtext of, what do they think about me? And all the boys know it too. And all you have to do is take one swipe at the piñata and it breaks pretty fucking wide open easily, dude, you know? And then everyone's doing damage control fucking on Twitter.
We are in control now.
But at the end of the day, they all just look. So, y'all, it's Wrestling 101.
Absolutely. Ben, kind of on that home stretch there, any other big headlines you want to touch on here?
Yeah, man, I think that was pretty much everything that I had seen covered. There was some hot stuff today, but I like all of our creative for Karen Ball Snatcher, to be honest with you, bro. If I had the time and the true connections that CBA had, then I think she could be the home run commercial or the touchdown commercial of halftime this year. If you were to really do, like, how many other meme people can we get in, might water it down. I would play out the game of being a joy stealer and what babyface can we make endorsing our product where she's the Hamburglar, right? Rubble, motherfucker.
There is so much potential there if they just.
There's a lot of fun creative brainstorming there, dude. And who's going to step up with the biggest money to keep that going? And like I said, she could be an asset in Cooperstown for the next 20 years, dude. People want to there's money to be made on hate and fucking viral fame, right? So
absolutely,
get it while you can. But yeah, man, another great weekend at Ravens Joint, and spent some time up in my brother and sister-in-law's Airbnb on their property. I'm just so proud of them, bro. Fucking as well as Vince with his beautiful cabin in Woodstock. Buy land, kid, because they ain't making no more of it. But they've been working so hard at that. So if you're interested in coming to upstate New York for leaf peeping season, I know there's some bookings filling up quick. One weekend's booked in October, but Deja U is the name of my sister-in-law's business for her Airbnb. Yeah, they have a beautiful 80-acre property in the heart of Tug Hill, and they put in two of those, well, three really. One's a separate bathroom campground on their property deep in the woods with hiking trails and just unbelievable views. So if you're looking for a good getaway, Deja U, I'm really excited for them. And if you want to stay at Vince's in Woodstock, that's a beautiful cabin too. And you guys can make the trip up through and we'll hang out and go to Ravens Joint and show you the spot, man. So always love to see my HMG soldiers show up. That was so awesome when those guys came up for the opening of Ravens Joint, and happy to meet everybody, man. You never know what superstar might be coming through next. So there's plenty of 2CW chatter on the horizon. Nothing I want to stooge off today, but you know, every time I see Josh, there's always some magic in the air. So you never know what's coming together. And he'll be pumped up all week off of that Bills win. So it should be a fun week at Ravens Joint.
Very, very nice. Hopefully have some good, some big news to stooge off myself. I got some voiceover work today with a big project. Nothing official yet, but it's getting closer and closer. And it's all because of what we've been doing here. By the way, September, celebrating 8 years of the Hameen Media Group. We've been doing this under our banner, HMG, for 8 years this September.
What a milestone, man. Can't believe everything we've been able to accomplish and make it through, and think that we all lived through together, and we're able to provide some escape to people and hopefully some inspiration and some laughs and you know, some entertainment to all you guys out there checking us out live on YouTube, Hameen Media Group channel, and Ben Hameen Live right now, and being a part of that Facebook discussion group, and just being some of the best wrestling fans in the world, man. I see so many other forums with maybe a lot more than we have, but I'm much more interested in quality over quantity. And there's ones to recruit, by all means, send them, share all those great clips from RBV and Kaz that they're putting out there. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with Stevie and Vince, and we'll have some more fun on Master Shoot Theater. A couple of things I wanted to stooge off, but I wanted to get Vince's okay first before I do. So, but y'all, yeah, that's right. You're goddamn right, y'all. We're coming after Saudi money because it's Riyadh season here on the Monday Locker Room. Y'all.
Sorry, no speak English.